In this lesson, I want to discuss how new rule templates for the Sage CRM Advanced Email Manager can be created and which SDK resources are available for developers. Now, in previous lessons, we've spoken about the Advanced Email Manager and we've looked at what the purpose of the Mail Manager is, and this is where we're expanding this to provide additional information about its functionalities. Now, just to remind you, the Mail Manager processes emails that come into monitored accounts. Each monitored account is associated with a script template. The association is done within the administration screens, and you can see this within Administration, Email and Documents, Email Management Server options. And you need to look for the field, the template field. Now, the scripts that are shown available in the template field are automatically drawn from a folder on the server, and you can find this underneath underneath the C drive, assuming that you've installed on your server. Underneath C drive, program files, x86, Sage, CRM services, custom pages, scripts. Now, these script files are written in JavaScript. There are several resources available for you to use when working with the Advanced Email Manager scripts, and we have several of these contained within the SDK, and that's the SDK installer, and here you can see the snippets available within the Visual Studio. The Specialist Email Manager code snippets can be combined with standard JavaScript snippets that can also be used with either the classic ASP pages or within the internal scripting like the validate and table level scripts. So you can use this with the other libraries of snippets within Sage CRM. Sage CRM adds several script files as examples when it's installed, and these provide very good patterns for a script that you may wish to create. An easy way of experimenting with the script files is to create a copy of a template like support.js. But the SDK resources do allow you to start assembling your own template script very easily. Script files have a common structure. You would start off with comments, the initialization of the variables, general event functions. You would have then a before main action and after main action, as well as then the main actions themselves. These are the actions and functions which are configured within the configuration screen. Now, watch out, the main action is actually a reserved word. Do not call any function main action, as this is internally replaced with a function called from the configuration screen. And then you can have any number of utility functions as well within inside the system. The JavaScript of these templates is processed by the eware email manager.exe that runs as a service, and it's processed externally from the main eware DLL and uses CRM's registered COM objects with the particular objects that are available to it. So there are some specific API objects which are available only to the email manager. The comments area is an important reminder that certain objects are automatically passed into the scripting environment as the template loads and is processed. These objects are the user query, the person query, the company query, the eware object itself, the message handler, and the email object. An email being processed will have come from someone, and that someone may be in the system and needs to be identified by the sender's email address. The first three objects are query objects that are passed into the process that have carried out searches using SQL. So you can see that there is a user query, a person query, and a company query. And you will note that leads are not automatically scanned by the Mail Manager, but the fourth object passed into the template scope is the eware object itself. And you can therefore use that for any other data searches that you might want to carry out. The eware object is more normally referenced as the CRM object and provides access to the general API objects. The eware or CRM object could then be used to search for the email object in the lead table, or if it was associated with a custom entity that may have been added into the system, for example, project. Through the use of the query object, it could also check the email address in external systems such as a Sage BMS or ERP database. All COM API actions have to be done as a CRM user, and this is part of system security. You may want to refer to the introduction lesson and overview of system security. The eWare or CRM object will have used the credentials provided in the administration screen. This will typically be a user with administration rights, as you can see on this screen. The message handler allows for debugging control, and the email object represents the interface to the email and provides ways of accessing the recipients list and all and any attachments. The same object can be used by the template script to both process inbound email but also to formulate an outbound email response. Note, the email object is not available for either internal scripts like the table scripts or ASP pages. There are some other objects passed to the script. In the administration screen, the administrator can configure the default rule set assigned user and the default rule set assigned team, and also the default rule set action. And you can see within the log files, and the log files for the eWare email manager.exe service can be found here within the C drive program files x86 Sage CRM services logs, and this will show how the additional objects are passed. There will be another article or video that discusses how the Sage CRM Advanced Email Manager can be configured to use different functions within templates to allow processing of emails according to specific business requirements. Where alternative functions are specified, then you'll actually find that there are additional objects passed inside the script and within the log files. This will look like this. The comment section of a template therefore acts as a good reminder of the objects that are passed to the process. The template script also needs to declare global variables that will facilitate the passing of data between the different functions within the template. In the examples above, we can see that a function called sales inquiry was called. Now this is an example of a main action function. The main action function defines the key behavior invoked by the template. Typically, this will further reference helper functions that do standardized tasks such as filing an email or providing an auto response. The email object is automatically passed to the template script and is globally available to all functions. It has properties and methods to allow the inbound email to be passed. These properties include the body, that's a string, it is HTML, whether you can work with the email as an HTML object. You've also got the subject, priority, recipient, sender's name, sender's address, and the delivery name and attachments. But we've also got the methods for the email object like send, add file, clear, and the ability to create a named header. You can find on the community example script files that can be referenced to see how the object is used. And the example on the community also discusses the way in which the email's address and mail list can also be parsed. But here you can see that we've got within the object the address list and how we can start to reference properties like the items and the count and the individual addresses inside the address list.